It
I like Booker T's thing.
is pretty cool.
Booker T's thing.
Oh, I think we can hear you guys now. Tommy, do a
What's
quick
up?
mic check.
Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, yeet.
Tommy, do a quick mic check. Yes, yes, yes. We're in business, y'all. People can hear you guys. Unlike last
Let's
night.
go.
Fucking A, man. I can't believe that shit happened, man. That's so dumb.
That kind of pissed me off.
Yep. I was talking to myself the whole time.
Why would you do that?
It's because my voice is so lovely.
No, it's not.
People were just like, wow, can you just mute Toxic and Tommy? We just want to hear you speak.
I call bullshit on that.
Yo. I am Panda. You don't stream no more. What's up, Luis? No, man, I have not been streaming the shows anymore. I've just been doing everything else except streaming.
Just listen to us.
Because he's lazy.
Because I'm lazy. Nah, dude. What's up, Luis? We're about to talk about Night of Champions here. And then I'm gonna go watch the Mexico game after this. That's what's up. That's for my weekend. How you been? How's everything, dude? Shout out to Luis, man. He's always trying to get me in trouble. He's always trying to get me to drink alcohol. Such a great friend. I wish I had more friends like that.
Don't drink, kids.
I haven't been drinking. I
didn't say snug. I said kids.
Oh, kids.
Don't drink,
kids. Yes,
Do not drink, kids.
Do not.
This is a very
Unless you want to be like
message.
Stone Cold.
And if you do, invite me. Nah, I'm just kidding.
And if you do.
All right, y'all. Let's get this thing going. Toxic, get off the game, Toxic.
I just got off of it. Chill.
All right. Florida man, you fucker.
Hey, we waited. We waited at least 30 minutes, so.
We did. It's been like 32 minutes since we were supposed to start.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this thing going.
You. Oh wait, no, that's Tommy's line.
What's going on, everybody? Happy weekend. Happy Night of Champions weekend. Welcome back to the Snug Wrestling Podcast. I am Edgar. I'm the host. We're going to be going over the Night of Champions that we saw today. I called it, y'all. I called everything that happened up and down throughout this whole entire show.
Shut up, Snug.
I am 6-0 in matches. No, I'm just kidding, y'all.
You are bullshitting up your ass right now, dude.
How did we do on the predictions?
I did 3-3.
We were all 3-3. We were wrong about Queen, Raquel and Rhea, and then there was one other that we were wrong about.
Y'all were wrong about Raquel and Rhea.
Okay.
I said Rhea.
Yeah, I was hoping for Raquel to win that one. That didn't happen, fortunately. But we were right about a lot of the things that went down on this PLE. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's go over the show, and we'll see where this review takes us. Because there was a lot of stuff on here that, man, it was just a lot of crazy shit. Randy and Cody was the opening match for the show. I wasn't expecting them to kick off the show, but I'm glad they did. They really set the tone for this Night of Champions, and to me personally, this was my favorite match of the whole entire night, besides the John Cena versus CM Punk match. This is the first time that these two, Cody and Randy, have wrestled each other in 12 years, and I believe it was mentioned that in the entire time that Randy and Cody have known each other, Randy Orton is 7-3 over Cody Rhodes, if I'm not mistaken. And it was also announced that the winner of this match, because it's the finals of the King of the Ring, is going to go on to face for the Undisputed Championship, which is important to note because both of these guys are from SmackDown, which means the winner faces John Cena. So this match was high stakes, and it was a great match. I loved this match from top to bottom. It felt like a big match, like a big time feel. Even though this was an opening match, it felt like a main event. It felt like an important match. Both of these guys wanted it really bad. And then Randy Orton hurt his back. And then Cody Rhodes started working on the back. Cody Rhodes was a heel in this match. At least that's what it seemed like to me. Cody Rhodes was even getting booed throughout this match. And this whole entire time, I was going for Randy. I had Randy all the way since we did the predictions. And I thought for a second Randy was going to pull it off. Because I still think that the bigger match to me was Randy versus Cena at SummerSlam. Even though everyone told me that it's going to be Cody. It's going to be Cody. And I was wrong. Cody won this match after an exposed turnbuckle. Randy Orton grabbed a steel chair, tried to trick the referee. The referee turns his back. Randy exposes the turnbuckle, and then it works against him. Cody Rhodes takes advantage. Randy Orton eats the turnbuckle. Crossroads. Cody pins Randy Orton, and Cody's a king of the ring for this year of 2025. Toxic, what were your thoughts about the opening match for this Night of Champions?
So I got this wrong. I called Randy with Snug. I think I was the only one on the panel that said Randy besides Snug. Tommy and Blood said Cody. The match was amazing. Like, the first few minutes, I'm like, oh my God. I thought this match was going to be great, but it was just shit in the beginning. And then as it went on, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to actually like this match a little bit more. And then Randy hurt his back. And so I'm like, okay, what are we going to see from Cody now that? Are we going to see sportsmanship or gamesmanship, whatever you want to call it? I don't care. Is he going to be like not working at the back, the injured back of Randy? I don't know if it's serious injury or not. Probably not, because he still wrestled a hell of a match. But I was surprised that Cody started working on the back. But remember, both of these two said it's nothing personal, but they're trying to do whatever they can to get back at Cena. So the beginning of the match was kind of shit for me until Randy hurt his back, which started to make it a little bit more interesting. And then Cody won, which I did not see because, I mean, Randy and Cena sounds like the bigger match at SummerSlam to me. Plus, with the shit that happened in the main event, CM Punk and John Cena, which we'll get into later, made me think that Punk is probably going to want another rematch. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes.
All right, let's get into it. So, match itself, I loved it. It was a bit weak in the beginning, but later on, as it built, it felt like a WrestleMania-worthy match, if I'm being completely honest here. Like, I feel like this type of match should have been at Mania. If you look at it properly, when you watch the entire thing, this is a Mania-level match right here. So, yeah, as Snug said, this was for the Undisputed title. I was a little bit worried about it, but as I said before we even, like, once we got this finale, it was either a Backlash rematch or a WrestleMania rematch. Honestly, I'm glad we got Cody. Why? Because Travis Scott fucked him over the last time. Now, hopefully, he stays away from the ring and just lets Cody do his thing. We do not need Travis Scott in the situation, in the equation at all. Just let this be a regular one-on-one match at SummerSlam, please.
Yeah, overall, like I said, this was one of my favorite matches. You put it really well, Tommy. That this felt like a fucking like a WrestleMania match. I want to see Cody versus Randy again in the future. Hopefully, we get to see that sooner than later. If I'm gonna get really picky about this match, was that turnbuckle spot, because last night on Friday Night SmackDown we saw exposed turnbuckle spot in that last woman standing match between Nia and Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton, I believe, was the one that got hit with that exposed turnbuckle, but she kicked out. And you're telling me not even 24 hours later, Randy Orton gets hit with an exposed turnbuckle. A 275 pound muscle machine like Randy Orton gets hit with the exposed turnbuckle, and he doesn't kick out, but Tiffany Stratton does. That's one of the things that threw me off about this finish. I'm like, and we'll get into the match with Raquel and Rhea too. The women are beating each other like crazy with all these kinds of fucking crazy moves and weapons and shit. But Randy Orton takes one exposed turnbuckle spot, and that's it. He's done. He's out for the count. That's where I call bullshit on, these types of things. But other than that, this match was so fucking good. I loved it. Every single part of this match. Two major stars like Cody and Randy. One of them got booed. Randy was clearly the favorite, as Cody Rhodes was working on the back. Randy was kind of like the underdog in this. Randy was the one that was fighting from beneath. So it was really interesting. But yes, we're going to get Cody Rhodes versus John Cena at SummerSlam. All right, y'all. The second match, Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley. This was a street fight. And again, going back to the match last night with Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. They went all out last night on Friday Night SmackDown. So it was kind of hard for me to get into this match. Because, how do you follow that? Tiffany Stratton literally, she was bulletproof in that match, and we covered it last night in our SmackDown review. So now we're going to see it again with Raquel and Rhea Ripley. Yes, it's Rhea Ripley, the hottest WWE female talent in the company. But again, for me, I already saw a match like this literally the day before. So I'm like, ugh. It was kind of hard for me to get into this match, but again, Rhea Ripley, Raquel beat the crap out of each other with everything that they can find in that whole entire ring, with the steel steps, the kendo sticks, everything in between. But again, I go back, and again, Raquel and Rhea, they're great. I love Raquel. Rhea Ripley's amazing, but Randy Orton takes one exposed turnbuckle and he doesn't kick out. But Raquel and Rhea are like, they're fucking, I don't know, unbeatable. They take all the damage. Nothing keeps these two women down. We saw Roxanne get involved like we predicted in the predictions. I think everyone saw Roxanne getting involved. But we thought that with Roxanne getting involved, that would lead to Raquel Rodriguez getting the win over Rhea Ripley. But Rhea Ripley still managed to get the win over Raquel Rodriguez. Why can't they just give Raquel a win here? I get Rhea Ripley. I get it. She's great. They're trying to build her for the women's championship. Again, she's going to go after it. But even with all the weapons, even with the help of Roxanne, Raquel, who's a beast, can't get a win over Rhea Ripley on this Night of Champions. I thought for sure this was going to be Raquel's night, but it wasn't. Rhea Ripley won this match. What did you guys think about it?
Yeah, I'm with you. It was hard for me to get into this match and like it. It's not really because we had a match like it the night before. It's just because I didn't like how it was going until it started to get bringing in tables, kendo sticks, chairs, and everything like that. And then holy shit. The spot where they put the table in between the ropes and like started balancing on it, I said, you need to call Sol Ruka for this. Get it? Because she's a surfer. Um, anyways, um, the match was it's like the opening match. Shit in the beginning and got better for me. Yeah, I just like this spot. The also another spot that I liked was them putting the cover for the announce table in between the barricades and then um getting Tahana bombed, I think, through the barricade thingy. I don't remember what it's called. That was an amazing spot too, and Roxanne getting kicked in the head with a trash can on her head. Holy! This match was okay.
Oh yeah, her putting the trash can on top of Roxanne's head made me think, huh, that's something Io Sky would do. Because it is. Her entire thing, especially in War Games, is putting a trash can on top of her head and jumping off the cage. Because that's her entire thing. So the match itself, I was excited for it leading up to it. But as I watched it, I'm like, ugh. Like, I get it. This is supposed to be a high-strung match. But it's just not. It's really not. I mean, there are some dangerous spots, but overall, it's just not as good as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be so much better, but it just wasn't, unfortunately. So, yeah, I kind of wish Roxanne would have gotten it. I feel like Roxanne kind of needs it more.
Raquel.
That's what I meant. My brain sucks. Yeah, Raquel needs it more than Rhea does, honestly. Rhea is already known as this massive powerhouse. Meanwhile, when it comes to singles action, Raquel hasn't really had much lately. It's mainly just been tag team stuff with Liv Morgan. So I kind of wish Raquel had gotten this win, but hey, they decided, hey, let's push Rhea. I love Rhea, but she didn't really need this.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, if Rhea Ripley didn't win at Night of Champions today, I don't think that really affects her in any way. I felt like Raquel needed it more, but hey, it was Rhea Ripley. The interesting thing about all this, that even with Roxanne interfering in this match, Raquel didn't win, which means Raquel doesn't have to accept Roxanne into the Judgment Day. I don't think they formed together into a tag team. I don't think Roxanne is replacing Liv Morgan, at least not right now. Because, like, what is Raquel going to say? Hey, Roxanne, thanks for helping me, even though I didn't win. Here's the championship belt. You're my new partner? I don't think that's how it's going to go down. I don't think it's that easy. As a matter of fact, I think it might even work against Roxanne. Like, hey, why the fuck are you getting involved in this match type thing? And Mr. Blood is here. What up, Blood?
Late.
Hey, we said 9 o'clock.
No,
it's
motherfucker. No, motherfucker. Check your messages.
Check my messages. Y'all spam that goddamn chat. I ain't looking every time someone puts a period on the end of a sentence.
Anyway, I'm just glad you're here, Mr. Blood. I was getting kind of worried. Everyone, Mr. Blood is here. Welcome, Mr. Blood. Yes. You haven't missed much. We've only gone over like 5 matches, so you only get to talk about one match. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, nah, because 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Okay. We said 8, but all right.
Yeah, your time, not mine.
No, mother... Listen,
I'm not the same time zone as those two.
5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern is what we agreed on. Anyway, I'm not
You
gonna.
said at 8 o'clock their time. They're
I
not
sent you a
Eastern.
screenshot. I sent you a screenshot, so you can't say that I'm lying this time. I have proof, motherfucker.
So what have I actually missed? Because we're always late to this shit.
Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. What were your thoughts on that, Blood?
I thought most of the most of the PLE was unnecessary. I was pretty disappointed through the majority of this actual show. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought Cody versus Randy was probably one of, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. There was only 2 matches on the show that were actually good, and that's the starter and the finisher. So Cody versus Randy, I thought was great. I like that, even though after everything Randy promised, swearing up and down, no matter what it takes, no matter what I have to do to you, I love you at the end of the day, Cody, but I will put you down to get my hands on Gunther. And when the match came, he was the one who held back, not Cody. At the end of the day, he legitimately could not bring himself to punt Cody. He tried to cheat by getting the steel chair and distracting the ref as a ruse in order to take off the top turnbuckle pad so he could reveal the metal ring underneath, because he was going to try to drive Cody's head into it. And unfortunately, it wound up backfiring straight into the ribs, and he ate a crossroads, I believe his second crossroads, and it was the 1, 2, 3. Now, the only thing that's weird about this is I don't know how it only takes Randy 2 crossroads, and Snug, you said this in the chat, it takes Randy 2 crossroads to freaking get put down, but at fucking Backlash, he ate an RKO himself, I think, from John. He ate like 2 attitude adjustments. He was in the STF. He took a freaking 5-knuckle shuffle, and he still kicked out. So how do 2 crossroads put you down? Meanwhile, when we get to the main event, fucking what, 4 attitude adjustments to finally put Punk away? But you go down with 2 freaking crossroads? I don't know. The match was great. I thought it was a very well worked technical match. The crowd was on fire for it. Great energy. Finally looks like Saudi fans are actually fans of WWE now and not just it's a something to do crowd. But it was the first match. They started off hot, and I feel like it was on purpose to start off with this match because they knew that everything in between was going to be hit or miss. And I feel like they knew that. And that's why they opened with Randy Cody to pop the crowd and then closed with Cena Punk, because they knew everything in between were kind of mostly largely unimportant matches. And I know that the Asuka Jade match is in there, but we're going to get to that in a minute. But those are my thoughts.
Yeah, surprisingly, you just came in here, so you haven't heard anything that we've actually had to say about this opening match with Randy and Cody, but you pretty much hit it right on the head with everything that we were saying since we got started with this review. So let's get into like that in between stuff, because we also started talking about Raquel versus Rhea. We haven't got your thoughts about that match, so what were your thoughts about it?
Started off pretty just one note. Hey, heels kind of being dominant. No matter what, she's got the upper hand. Tie Rhea up in the ropes. Try to punish her in the ropes. Rhea comes back strong for the middle half, but somehow Raquel keeps cutting her off. And I thought the finish was cool. An avalanche riptide while standing on a table that I was worried the entire time was going to crack in half under the combined weight of both women, because you got to think combined weight of both women's around 310 to 315 pounds. So I'm thinking their collective weight on the middle of a table with a jump added to it. I'm thinking, oh God, this table's going to split in half under their feet. Someone's going to get injured. Please don't be Rhea, because her feet are going to go down first if that table breaks. Match was completely inconsequential. The longer this night went on, the angrier, I keep saying night because it's a PLE. It was at 1 p.m. my time. The longer this show went on, the more aggravated I became as to why at Night of Champions there were only 2 championship matches. Why on SmackDown was there a United States title change from the women's side. Zelina lost to Julia. Why did we have a title match last night? Why do we have a tag match being advertised during Night of Champions for fucking Monday, and it wasn't on this show? I understand that Dominic Mysterio apparently is legitimately injured. He's the only champion with an excuse to not be on that show. Why was Gunther versus Goldberg not booked on this show? Why do we have so many non-title matches? That's why this pay-per-view felt so flat for the majority of its runtime. I messaged in the chat. I literally said, am I the only one who feels like this is the longest 2 hours by the time it got to the 3 o'clock? And I was like, dude, I feel like I've been watching this PLE for 4 hours. I'm bored out of my mind here. So nothing against the performers, the women in the ring, but none of these matches deserve to be on this show. Not even the King and Queen of the Ring matches. So no offense to Cody Randy. They didn't deserve to be on the show either. Sorry. Night of Champions, not champion contenders.
Before you got here, Mr. Blood, I was raising the question when it comes to Raquel and Rhea. Roxanne got involved in this match, but even with that, Raquel couldn't get the win. When we did our predictions, we thought that this is how Roxanne is gonna replace Liv Morgan in the women's tag team champions. We thought Raquel and Roxanne were gonna join forces here, but Raquel didn't win, so I don't see them getting together. Raquel and Roxanne.
I already understand how they're going to go about that. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here and now. It's going to come to a point where, because Liv is going to be out so long, eventually Adam Pearce is going to tell Raquel and the Judgment Day, when they piss him off, hey, you guys haven't defended those tag team titles in a while. We're going to have to vacate them unless you can find a partner to replace Liv. And then it's going to be a whole thing about Finn trying to convince them they need to replace somebody, and Dom being against it because Liv won't like it, and Raquel feeling guilty. And then Roxanne's going to go, I'll be in her place. And then they're going to defend the tag titles together, and that's how they get closer. Calling it right here. Simple as day. That's what they're going to do.
Fair enough. Tommy, Toxic, any predictions about that?
Yeah, that's just Naomi shit. That's what that is. That's the same thing that Bianca did with Naomi. I'm like, why? It kind of pisses me off a little bit. Why are you redoing things that literally were done just a few months ago? Kind of makes no sense there. I don't like it.
It's kind of funny, too, because in this instance, sorry, Toxic, I just wanted to say this to his point. It's for the exact same reason. 2 legitimate injuries. Jade was actually legitimately hurt. That's why she went away for a while. She had undisclosed injuries, so they wrote her off TV with the angle from Naomi. But she was legitimately injured. Liv is legitimately injured while holding the tag team championships. Now she also has to go out. Remember, there was that old adage where they were saying the women's tag titles were cursed back when Sasha Banks and Naomi held them?
Didn't it happen to Chelsea Green too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't even think that the women's tag team, yes, I do like them, except for the fact that they're freaking cursed. I think they should just retire them. I mean, they got rid of all of the tag teams that are actually a tag team. For instance, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, gone. You split the Meta Girls up, and then you release what's her name?
The girl that teamed with Alba Fire.
No. Well, yeah, Isla Dawn too. The person that teamed with Lash Legend.
Jakar Jackson. Yeah, don't forget about they split up Damage Control and Damage Control, and they let go of almost everybody of PCB, or Pure Fusion Collective. So
why have the women's tag team champions if all you're gonna have is BFAB and Michin, Natalia and Maxine Dupree, and then Liv and Raquel? That's literally all that's left.
My man brings up a great point.
Mm-hmm. At this point, just retire the belts.
I don't disagree. If you don't know what to do with your divisions, get rid of them.
My immediate thought is just get rid of them if the only contenders you've got are just people that you are just randomly putting together. Just get rid of these tag titles at this point.
Yeah, like it's starting to feel like they're going to shove Charlotte and Alexa into that division too. If you're not going to call anybody up soon, if we're not having a draft here soon, just get rid of them, because you have two titles for two separate brands that mean jack shit.
All right, y'all, let's go on to the third match of the night, Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. I was interested to see where the fans would land here because the WWE Universe has been calling for Karrion Kross to get some more TV time, hashtag push Karrion Kross, and the Karrion Kross movement on the IWC has been really, really, really strong. But it wasn't stronger than the Sami Zayn force out there in Saudi Arabia. Sami Zayn, he's over as can be over there in Riyadh. And at first, Karrion Kross came out. He was getting cheered. But as soon as that Sami Zayn music hits, that fucking place just blew off the roof. So Sami Zayn was super over here. The match itself, kind of like Blood said, the middle of the show was kind of like, it felt like a filler. Like this was another filler match. This match kind of felt like it was just there because it was replaced by the Dom and AJ Styles match that was supposed to happen at Night of Champions. This was kind of just thrown in together just for that, and it kind of felt like that, unfortunately. I was hoping for Karrion Kross to get the win, but again, it's Sami Zayn. He's in his second home, Saudi Arabia. Sami Zayn got the pin here. But what did you guys think about this?
So what's funny about this is that I think we all had originally agreed Karrion should have gone over because, one, Karrion's hot right now. He's very popular. And a lot of us were speculating whether or not the crowd in Saudi was going to even care about him because to us, the Saudi fans really come off more as casuals rather than actual wrestling fans, right? It feels like it's something to do whenever WWE goes over there to visit and do shows. So over here, he's over as hell. So it was actually a nice surprise to hear them actually pop for him when he came out. But Sami, of course, is part French Canadian, part Syrian. So they exploded for him. And, the last time, I think one of the last main times he was over there was, again, when he went against Roman, because he refused to go over to there before because of the ongoing issues in the Middle East. And it was a conflict of interest for him where he didn't want to be there. When they finally resolved that, his first appearance in Saudi, I believe, was him versus Roman. And he lost. Now, he was over as hell. So I feel like they gave him the win here to make up for the times he lost before. However, this match was a Monday Night Raw match. It did not need to be here. I say this again. I'm probably going to say it again after this. To beat a dead fucking horse. Why is this here? Where are the title matches? This match went like 11, 12 minutes. Tell me why we couldn't get a 12-minute tag team match in this place. You flew Sami and Karrion halfway across the friggin' world for a Monday Night Raw match with Monday Night Raw match energy. I thought these guys were good. I didn't think their chemistry was great. I think they both did well. I'm glad Karrion got a spotlight. I think the wrong guy won, to be 100% honest. I think Karrion needs that push. And I thought Karrion beating Zayn would lead to the descent of Sami into a heel turn slowly, but with a little bit more momentum behind it. A little bit more momentum behind it. Because Sami needs momentum. I mean, we all know that he's going to turn fucking heel. I mean, they've been dropping these breadcrumbs like we're on the freaking yellow brick road here, But Karrion could have been the catalyst that gets him there. So I hope this doesn't end here and we get more of Karrion and Sami to build to that turn that happens. But this didn't need to be here.
I don't know where Toxic went, but all right, go ahead, Tommy.
All right. This is what I'm going to say about this. Triple H. You have seen us. We have spoken. You listen to us when it comes to Cody. You listen to us when it comes to Jay. Pull the fucking trigger on Karrion Kross. Pull the damn trigger. Come on, man. You have seen us go on and on and on for months now about how much this man deserves a push, and yet you still refuse to pull the trigger. All you're doing is just proving us right that you pull the trigger way too damn long. That you wait way too long to just pull the trigger on superstars and push them. That's all you're doing. It's just proving us right there. I get it. He's getting over naturally. But push him. Pull the damn trigger on Karrion Kross. Please.
Yeah, what the fuck happened in Toxic? All right. I guess we're going to move on then. The United States Championship has a new holder, y'all. Everyone, put your ones up for the real tribal chief. Solo Sikoa is the new United States champion. And I'm so happy about that because I was right, y'all. We were right. We were right. Everyone thought Jacob Fatu was going to win it, but I had a feeling it was going to be Solo Sikoa. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I mean, I kind of figured it was going to be because of Hikuleo, but it wasn't just Hikuleo.
No, Snug. No, don't you dare. You were right. You called Solo. You totally called Solo. You deserve the props. I'm giving you the props. You have earned the props. You were right about Solo. But don't you dare take the Hikuleo call away from me.
Anyway.
You freaking, I love you, but goddamn you.
Look, you're the only one that cares about calling shit first. I don't care about who calls it first.
I know, but the predictions are fun because you want to be right.
I don't care about being right.
Shit first. Let somebody else call something first for a change.
I don't care about being right. We all agreed.
We all
agreed that Hikuleo was going to show up. Did we not?
We agreed. Yeah.
I never said I called it first. I don't give a fuck if I called it first. We all had a feeling, and not just me and you, the whole entire WWE universe had a feeling that Hikuleo was going to show up at some point.
I think we even hinted that we were like, well, we think Tama and Tonga could still return at the same time too. But the thing is that I thought Tama was going to return in favor of Jacob, feeling like he'd been replaced by JC. So, but I'm kind of surprised that Tama is still gone.
I'm not surprised that Hikuleo showed up. And he did. And what I wasn't expecting was, who was it? Tonga Loa, right? The guy that showed up?
Tonga, yeah. Because, Tonga got injured back in War Games. I'm trying to remember what the hell the injury was. I think it was a foot injury or an ankle injury or something like that.
Bicep injury.
Okay. And then now Tama went out early this year from a hand injury, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So I thought Tama would be back first.
So it was Tonga Loa first that showed up, and then it was Hikuleo. But I got to point out that before all of the shenanigans and the drama and the the gaga happened, Solo Sikoa went out there by himself, and for the first half of the match, he was going 50-50 versus Jacob Fatu, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Right?
And then, we all saw what went down. Solo Sikoa won with the help of Tonga Loa and Hikuleo. Interesting enough, Hikuleo had a dark match a few weeks ago. He's had a couple dark matches, but I'm pretty sure he was introduced as Hikuleo in those dark matches.
Yeah.
And now it turns out they're going to change his name to fucking Tala Tonga. Is that right?
That what that was? Because I swear to God, and not if I'm wrong here, guys, or raise your hand. Was anybody else thinking Michael Cole was fucking stumbling over his words to figure out what the hell they were calling the guy?
Yeah, he didn't know what to call him.
No, I thought they were going to call him Hikuleo, which is a really unique name. It stands on its own. It's nice. It's got a good ring to it. You don't even need to put a last name. Like, you don't need to put Hikuleo Fatu or Anawai or anything like that. And I'm just listening to Michael Cole. like fucking trip over his words on commentary. And he's like, at first he called him Tonga. Then he said Tatama. He went Tatama, Tatonga Tama. And then he just went, he's here. And I'm like,
his
so
brother
what's he
or
called,
his cousin
brother?
or something.
He's like,
like
his
that.
cousin. He's here. And I'm like, okay, do you want to tell the people at home who don't know his name? No, he's here. Like, finally we get to a match that belongs on the show. You know? We get to a match that belongs on the show. And Snug, you're 1,000% right. It felt really flippin' weird to see Solo actually take half the match. Especially since we've gone on record on this podcast and we've said 2023 Solo would eat 2025 Solo for breakfast because of how he was booked. I do not believe at all this Solo now would stand a chance against John Cena from 2 years ago. I don't. John Cena 2 years ago would mop the absolute floor with this current Solo. So to see someone like Jacob freaking Fatu actually in peril at the hands of who has essentially become king of the upper mid-card, comedy acts in Solo, at the mercy of Solo. It felt really weird. I thought they had a decent match. I thought their styles are very similar because they're Samoan-esque styles. Samoan drop, super kick, running hip attack, body splash, same shit. That being said, Jacob moves much more, let's say, smoothly. The run-ins were expected. I was straight up just like, yo, anybody want to tell me where the hell Jimmy Uso is right now? Like, no, like, I'm like, bro, ref, do something. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of, when Hikuleo came out, took all that time to freaking, did he choke slam Jacob through the table, or he lifted him up somehow and he put him through the table? Bro, the ref was checking on JC Mateo for like a minute and a half. He ain't in the match, ref. Pay attention to the opponents in the ring. You're just sitting here for a minute and a half allowing Hikuleo to put boy through a table. What, when you turned around, you didn't notice the table had been smashed? You didn't hear that shit 15 feet behind you? He's over here looking outside the ring by the ramp, paying attention to a non-competitor. So I also blame the ref for that shit. But we all knew Solo was going to get this. We all had a friggin' feeling. It felt like numbers game will out. Now, I still think, this being said, I think the right guy won. I think Solo was long overdue for a singles title. They should have given it to him in the bloodline when everybody else was holding gold. But those are my thoughts. Finally, a match that should have been here.
Nope, not really a lot of thoughts. And Blood, Michael Cole was saying, that's Tama, that's Tonga's brother. Yeah. I think that Tama is going to feel replaced by Hikuleo, and just take my turn. I got no thoughts.
All right.
Tell me what right now. Why in the world would you rename him when in said dark match you called him Hikuleo and had a Titantron for him and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense there why the hell they're changing his name when, again, they had an entire Titantron ready. He was using Hikuleo in said dark match. Why are you changing it after the dark match? It makes no sense. I will say as well that this match kind of felt like it was going to be bloodline rules. Like that. That's what it sounded like to me. That's what it looked like. Judging by how long it took for the ref to finally turn the fuck around, it felt like everything here was in his favor. Like everything was in Solo's side the entire time. Like we knew at some point Jeff Cobb was going to get involved. We had a feeling at least one of the twins was coming out. We also had a feeling that Hikuleo was going to find his way in here as well. So everything here, all of the pieces led straight to Solo holding the United States title. I kind of wish Jacob's title reign was a little bit longer because of the fact that it was only 70 days. So I kind of wish it was a little bit longer. Yes, Blood, I see you tossing your head to the side. During his entrance, it said on the side that it was only a 70-day reign.
It felt so much longer than that, right? Didn't he have it before WrestleMania?
No, he won it at WrestleMania.
No,
did he?
It was at WrestleMania.
Okay, it just feels like it was like it feels like it was 4 months ago at this point already. He's been this champion.
Yeah, no, it was only a 70-day reign. I honestly wish it was a little bit longer. It would have taken the aura of Jacob Fatu and made that title even bigger if he held it longer. I am glad that he's finally holding a mid-card title, though. You know, besides the random title that Roman decided, hey, know what? Give it to Solo. In which he did before with the tag titles with the twins as well. Like I said, I kind of wish his title reign was a little bit longer, but there's nothing we can do.
Well, let's not call it a mid-card title anymore. Now that Solo has it, Solo's gonna make that belt so relevant, even more relevant than the Undisputed Championship, y'all. Because if there's one person that can do it, it's my guy, Solo Sikoa. He's going to take it all the way. So we saw Solo, new champion. Hikuleo's got thrown in there. He's got JC Mateo. He's got Tangaloa. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4-group faction already. And if Tama Tonga comes back, I'm pretty sure he's going to join in with Solo Sikoa. That's 5. And now on the other side, you got Jacob Fatu, who's no longer the United States champion. You got Jimmy Uso pairing up with him. So right now, we have a 4-on-2 situation when it comes to this whole feud that's happening here. Who do you guys add, just really quick, to even the odds?
I gotta say, if they can convince him again, Roman, Jay, and I don't know if you call someone else up as a surprise, another Fatu or Anawahi.
I mean, you can
what
have
are you
like
shouting, Tommy?
Sammy or Cody. Nah,
my
not Cody.
guess, Roman, Jay, Zilla.
Oh, Zilla.
Oh,
okay,
there
yeah.
we
go again.
Yeah, he does make sense. Okay, yeah. So I would say it. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing too. I'd be all right with 3 War Games matches this year. Give us the whoever Seth's going up against in Punk or whatever. You know that's going to happen. Give us the old bloodline or the new bloodline and this makeshift with Jimmy and whomever would join that we're fantasy booking now, and then give us the women's War Games match. But I'd be down. In fact, I don't even think the women need a War Games match this year. They haven't been building shit on either roster in any kind of synchronicity to warrant it. So those could be the 2 War Games matches.
Only thing is, they didn't even give us 3 championship matches at Night of Champions. You think they'll give us 3 War Games matches at fucking War Games?
That's what I'm saying. Just no offense to the ladies, but the ladies are getting their whole ass own pay-per-view here in a couple of weeks. So take out the women's War Games match. Give us this Bloodline War Games shit to end this crap already, because we're way out past your old Yeller style.
Oh, here we go, Mr. Blood, getting
and
sexist.
No. The girls have a whole pay-per-view. I'm happy for them. I'm saying if you get rid of the women's War Games match, you can get the normal War Games match we're going to get with Seth versus CM Punk and whoever their teams are, and this Bloodline in War Games. We don't need a women's War Games match this year.
Well, what I didn't need was to see this next match for the Queen of the Ring Finals. Asuka versus Jade Cargill, and Jade Cargill wins it. She's going to SummerSlam. Jade Cargill's a 2025 Queen of the Ring. I heard this match was really good, and the reason I say I heard was because
who told you that?
my buddies from the Heel Ship podcast, shout out to Dark and Draven. They said that the match was actually pretty good. I wasn't really paying attention, so I just took their word for it. Um, man, the pin at the very end got me. The pin that Jade Cargill did on Asuka, I'm like, the angle, the camera angle, we didn't really get to see, but I'm pretty sure Asuka, with that type of pin, Asuka's shoulders couldn't have been down completely on the floor. And I'm just like, putting the, what's that saying? Putting the horse before the carriage,
the cart before the horse.
There you go. Jade Cargill can't even can't even hit a decent pin, but she's going to SummerSlam, y'all. What did you guys think about this?
I specifically remember two things as soon as this match was over. I immediately shouted at my screen, "Bullshit, what the fuck, Raph, open your eyes." And then I immediately went to the chat and said, Asuka's fucking shoulders were up. Okay. Like, I was so mad. The way she pinned her, it's like she fell into the pin, then started falling out of the pin. And as she was trying to balance herself, she was yanking up Asuka's whole body with her. So Asuka's entire, if I remember based on the angle of the pin, I think it was her left shoulder, is just coming completely off the mat. Like Asuka's rotating onto her side. And the ref still counted the fucking 3. I was like, who trained you, ref? And even more than that. Now I got to say this again. Who trained you, Jade? I know it was AEW, but WWE already retrained you. You should not still be this fucking green, girl. I'm sorry. You have so much aura. Jade has so much aura. She has so much charisma, but she has no confidence in between those ropes. And the Heel Shit podcast, these guys must be the most generous men in the world to say this was a good match. Asuka could have a great match, a 5-star match in the Tokyo Dome with a broomstick. Okay? Jade had some moments where she was on correct timing and she didn't fuck up as much as normal. If that counts as good, then good as a low-ass bar and you couldn't fucking go under that thing if you were playing limbo. And as far as concerned, the wrong woman won. I do not know what Triple H's obsession is with pushing Jade and trying to make Jade work, but people have lost interest in making Jade work months ago. When they took Bianca Belair out of the story and threw her onto the Monday Night Raw women's title feud, and they stopped building the Jade, Bianca, Naomi story, people started to stop giving a shit about Jade and her story. I'm sorry. You guys missed the boat. Triple H has this habit, and I've been his biggest defender, and I can't do it no more, where he literally takes momentum, builds it up in a person, and then for some reason he takes his eyes off of them to focus on this other thing. It gets all his attention, and then he forgets that he was building this other person. And that's what happened with Jade. He took his eye off the ball with her. I'm sorry. Experiment over. It should have been Asuka. Asuka versus Io, much bigger match. And with the damage control story already built in, a better story match. I'm sorry. Trash. Why was this here?
Speaking of the Heel Shit, shout out to Elwood. Quick shout out to Edgar and the Snug Crew. Thanks, Elwood. Go ahead, Toxic.
Yeah, I wasn't really happy with it. Then again, you have another Randy Orton situation. Randy Orton versus Gunther last year. Gunther didn't get the shoulders down on Randy all the way. This year, Asuka's shoulder was off of the mat. So you just have another situation like that from last year. So you're going to try and make Asuka go to the finals next year if she's even still around. Hell, she might get injured again. No offense, but anything's possible. So just not really any thoughts. I'm kind of happy Jade won because I really hope they're actually trying to push Jade. They've been trying to push Jade, and it just hasn't been working for some people, including me and obviously everyone else. So I'm not really sure how to express my thoughts because that's the thing. I don't know what my thoughts are.
Who's ready for the ref to call out the entire fucking match at SummerSlam? That's exactly what's going to happen. Both of these women here, both Jade and Tiffany, which is the match we're getting at SummerSlam, unfortunately, have had issues with having good matches. For Tiffany, it seems the only good way she can have a match where honestly she can basically do whatever she wants is if she's going up against Nia Jax. I am worried that this match at SummerSlam is not going to be a good one. Because it's just not. Neither of these women, as much as both of them could be great, neither of them are championship material. Neither of them should have been pushed as fast as they were. Once again, Triple H pulled the fucking trigger too early. It should have been Asuka versus Io.
Yeah, the other thing too. Yeah, go ahead, Blood.
I just wanted to say something in response to Tommy because I agree with I agree with him like fucking crazy on this. I said it. What did I say a couple days ago? One of the other podcasts. My exact words were this, gentlemen: if it's Jade versus Tiffany at SummerSlam, who calls the match? And Tommy, I believe, said probably the ref. Because both of these women are usually led through their matches by someone more experienced in the ring than them. And they both have a confidence issue and they second guess themselves in the ring, which you cannot do. That's how injuries happen. That's how mistiming happens. I hope to God these girls rehearse this match for fucking a week straight before they get in that ring at SummerSlam. It's too big of a SummerSlam, too big of a match. It's the biggest match of Jade Cargill's career. You cannot deflate the audience with this match. I hope these girls know the pressure is on. I really do.
I think it gets saved by a Naomi cash in. If Naomi doesn't cash in before, I think that's what like will make the match even a little bit interesting, you know, having that extra, I guess, kick will give it a little bit more interest into that match. But we saw Tiffany Stratton at Night of Champions too, which I thought was really interesting. After that brutal match versus Nia Jax, literally less than 24 hours before, Tiffany Stratton was there fresh as a daisy, not one scar, not one bruise, not bandaged up or nothing after fucking getting.
You could at least sell the match, sell the effects of it, act like you got put through a fucking barn burner.
Act like you got put through like 4 tables, got hit with kendos and fucking steel chairs and what else? All kinds of shit. But fucking Randy Orton takes one exposed turnbuckle and he's out for the count. But anyway, the main event, you guys, CM Punk versus John Cena. I saw a post earlier today that we're down to 15 dates left with John Cena, and I'm like, that can't be right. I'm pretty sure it's way less than 15 at this point, because it was like 2 weeks ago that we were at 16, and then we saw him last night on SmackDown, and we saw him the week before, and we saw him today. So I'm pretty sure we're down to like at least 13 dates left with John Cena. If someone can confirm that, I would really appreciate it. But I'm pretty sure it's not 15. I think it's less. But when it comes to the main event, it was one hell of a main event. A lot of stuff happened here, y'all. It was one hell of a ride. The match started off kind of slow, but the people were into it. These guys wrestled at their own pace, and it took a while, but finally things started picking up. The referee gets knocked out. Well, before that, John Cena has a little change of heart. Like, the fans were getting to John Cena, how Michael Cole put it. John Cena was going to disqualify himself. He had enough. John Cena was going to take the heelish, easy way out, but he changed his mind. John Cena had a change of heart mid-match and put the title back down. And I was like, holy shit, that's new. That's interesting. But then Seth Rollins comes out. Seth Rollins wearing a fucking Kane outfit. I don't know why he decided to dress up like Kane tonight. He was going to cash it in. The referee gets taken out. And then here comes, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. They attack CM Punk. And then Penta comes out. Fucking Penta up there with, John Cena and CM Punk was amazing to see. Then Sami Zayn comes out. And oh my God, so many crazy things are happening here. But CM Punk could not get the job done. John Cena retained. John Cena's still on his way to ruin wrestling, take off with the title. But what were you guys' thoughts on this?
So according to Google, 5 hours ago, posted in an article after John Cena's retention tonight or today, it was in fact, he has 15 dates left apparently. I don't know how that happened, what wormhole we stepped into, because I'm with you, Snug. I got to swear we were at like 13. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get a countdown if he shows up on Monday or next Friday. I don't know. But as far as this match is concerned, I love this match. It belonged on the show because it was a championship match. I thought everything they did in this match was awesome. I loved, especially someone who was a wrestling fan at the time and was witnessing this live during their historic fucking Money in the Bank 2011 match where, famously CM Punk won, then he hopped the barrier, blew a kiss, and then, ran off and left the company for all of a week and a half. And in that match tonight, that is, they did so many callbacks to that original match. All the run-ins, the ref getting knocked out, someone trying to come in and stop the match, that goes down. A cash-in, an attempted cash-in happening in the middle of their match over a WWE championship. People forget, Alberto Del Rio ran down to cash in during the original 2011 Money in the Bank match between the two. He gets taken down. But you want to know what I want to say here? Seth has no one to blame but his goddamn self. Because, my brother, if you had a sense of urgency, you would be the champion right now. You let your whole entrance play, sauntered down to the ring very slowly, stared in the ring at Punk for a good 2 minutes, then slowly took off your jacket, then slowly handed your sunglasses and jacket to fucking Paul Heyman. Then finally, you posture for 20 seconds with your hand out like this, and then signal for Braun and Bronson to go in and start jumping. Bro, if you wanted to be a champion, your ass would have ran down to that ring like you did all those years ago during the height of the century. You would have put your fucking track shoes on, booked it. Those guys would have been jumping those two before you even got to the ring. You would have already had the ref called down. You'd be champion right now. That's no one's fault but Seth's. He was posturing as much as possible to soak in the moment, and he fucked himself over for it. Because if that was me, you don't even got to cue my music. Braun and Bronson are in that ring beating the dog water out of John and Punk, and my ass is running down with the ref on my shoulders and a fireman's carry, like, come on, we gonna do this shit, I'll be champion. And I'm gonna throw his ass in the ring, and I'm gonna be like, all right, 1, 2, 3, thank you, bye, I'll see you back in the States. I'd have been in and out of there like a freaking dude on prom night. I'm telling you right now, I'd have been in and out like a dude on prom night, plan B first thing in the morning. As far as I'm concerned, this match was awesome. It was fun, but it's still like, dude, 4 AAs it took to get CM Punk down, 2 crossroads, and a shot to the ribs from a metal ring on Randy. Okay. Cena took 2 GTSs, I believe, and he was in the STF. And he got 2 of the corner knees. The match was great. It was fun. It was literally, if this is their last match, it was perfectly made to reminisce their most famous match together. And they did that perfectly. The ending was great. As much as we all wanted Punk to win to set up Punk versus Cody at SummerSlam, oh, what a match that would have been. I'm still not upset that this was the finish because it brought me back to a time where I was watching that famous match all those years ago. And I loved that match. And I loved this one because of how much of a love letter it was to that match. So this was a win for me.
Yeah, everything. And Blood. Cena wasn't in the STF. He was in the Anaconda Vice, the Punk's submission move. Yeah.
No,
Uh,
he literally locked in the attitude or the STF on him in the match. He literally
At one
grabbed his
no.
leg.
at one
Yeah.
point he
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, I didn't pay attention at that part. I guess. Um. Shut up. Um. Yeah. The match was amazing. I liked all the run-ins. It's just a classic match of, oh, there's a Money in the Bank holder, and then you have these two rivals that have had experience with each other, and there's a bunch of people that want to screw them over. So yeah, it's a classic match like that, and you can't go wrong with matches like that. I did like every little detail. I'm pretty sure Punk did the "You Can't See Me" in there. I'm pretty sure. I don't really remember because it was hours ago. Um, but the match was amazing. I liked it. No complaints about it. Yeah.
No regrets.
I love the fact that there's one thing that neither of you mentioned. Penta and Sami Zayn coming down to deal with the other two. I loved that. Because Punk definitely needed something to even the odds. And why not Penta and the man who had a match earlier? Why not? Cero miedo. So, I will say, match was great. Blood, you're right. Seth legitimately can only blame himself on the fact that he couldn't cash in. Because he took too damn long. He really did. I would have done the same thing where I'm just like, hey, I'm going to sprint down there like it's the damn heist of the century. Let's go. But the biggest thing, is anybody going to check on that ref? Or is he still in
Charles
the second
Robinson.
damn round knocked out cold?
He's gonna wake up in the States with CTE.
Yeah. Because he's coming down and then all of a sudden Cena's like, boom! Not today. It's like, damn. This man took a check from Cena. Holy crap. I do kind of wish Punk would have won. That setup would have been awesome. It absolutely would have solved something that has been set up 2 years ago and continues to be set up. But I have a feeling that at some point, maybe not while Cena's here, but at some point, Cody will get that title back and we will absolutely have a match between the two of them. There is no doubt about that.
So once again, John Cena gets away with it. He keeps the Undisputed Championship. And it was all thanks to Seth Rollins, really. Seth Rollins has screwed CM Punk out of the biggest match CM Punk has had in years. And I kind of like that because we're going to go back to Punk and Seth Rollins, it seems like. And that could only lead to such great things. I mean, what if Punk screws Seth Rollins out of a cash-in or whatever's going to happen between Seth and Punk? It's heating up. It's getting more and more intense. And we're talking about a feud that's been boiling for over a year since even CM Punk, since before CM Punk came back to the WWE. And that is fucking lovely. I can't think of another feud that's been more intense than CM Punk and Seth Rollins, no. Really.
Fight forever with those two. Honestly, they print money when they're on TV together. I swear. I'm always interested in what those two do together, and I always want them to be feuding.
Yeah, and I'm like, I want to see what else these two do to each other just to piss each other off even more. Because watching that blow off between Seth and CM Punk is going to be fucking amazing, I think. But yeah, overall, you guys, there was a Night of Champions that was kind of hit and miss a lot. I feel like a lot more miss than hits, but I still really enjoyed it. There was a lot of great moments here. But before we get out of here, anything else that you guys want to add?
No, I think that John Cena, anytime he stares at the camera when he hugs someone, it's going to feed the meme generation forever. So just every time, just
Definitely, yeah. Well, shit. Right on, you guys. Well, that was our Night as Champions
Didn't
review
really
with the
talk
Snug
about
Wrestling crew.
We didn't really
English?
talk about Randy's facial expressions at the end of that either. Because let's be honest, just those faces alone is leading down the road of, hey, I'm a turn heel soon.
yeah. Randy was definitely setting up seeds with that. The way that he was looking like menacingly and growling at the fact that Cody was even thanking him. Like he felt condescended by Cody thanking him. I was waiting for him to turn around and run in that ring and jump Cody during his speech, but we'll see.
All right, y'all, let's get up out of here. That was a Snug Wrestling review for Night of Champions. Take us out of here, Blood.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here on Apple and Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Catch us every Monday and Friday after the Raw and SmackDown shows go off the air for actual out-of-show reviews, where Snug himself also, during the shows, posts live reactions and clips on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you name it. He's posting it the moment those moments actually take place. If you want to follow us here or anywhere, it's at Snug Wrestling on every social media platform you can think of. Then catch us every Thursday on TikTok Live for one-on-ones for me and Snug at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And as far as it is concerned, guys, stay safe, stay savage, and stay snug. That's 4 letters,
4 letters.
one word.